Right, hello everyone on YouTube who stumble upon these archives of my videos and exploits in video games. Welcome, as this is BrainBoy 20 here, as my previous name was already taken, and I am doing a Let's Play of Faster Than Light, as in the title. I've played a fair amount of this game, but I really don't know everything, nor would I qualify myself to be a master, but I at least know something. And without further ado, let's just get started. I'm not going to customize anything, I don't really see much point in it. But I will maybe change out the ship, as I've played a fair bit of this game and have unlocked a few other ships. A few being one. Now this one would be the engineer ship, but I have gotten the achievements which allow me to utilize the Class V layout, which is horrible, so... you know what, I'm going to jump straight into it using the stock ship, because it's been a while since I've played this. So, let's get going. Now then, this is a game based off... This game is, wow, based off of something. Yes, this game is based off of something. No. This game is... I would qualify it as a real-time strategy, perhaps, with some turn-based elements in it, as well as a space RPG. Because, my personal favorite, upgrades! I'm just going chaotic right now. But regardless, let's just get going, because there's not much point to me doing anything else. Except just getting the game started. Now, I just said that, and thinking about it, I just realized, wait a minute, I haven't explained a single thing about this game. As it's said in the intro, which I probably should have warned you to pause, what's happening is that you are a portion of the government, the Federation, that has just been deposed by a rebel fleet. The rebel fleet having destroyed the current Federation fleet, and is now on their path to expunging what's left of the Federation from the known galaxy. You, however, are carrying a data packet vital to the Resistance, as it contains their one weakness. You will see this weakness eventually. However, this also makes you a prime target, and your ship is not the best equipped. Now, the game operates on a fuel system, which, I hope you can see my cursor. I have 10. Oh, wait, no. This is your fuel. As you can see, the tooltip, I just realized, because it's been forever since I played this game. Each jump consumes one fuel, and there's certain, well, let's just say the random number gods are at work in this, so I'll be trying to worship them as much as I can. Now, power, as you can see right down here, power can be diverted into several subsystems on your ship, and this is where the real-time strategy, part of the real-time strategy element comes into here, as you need to be smart about where you're diverting your power all around the ship, as you need in-combat weapons, so you need to spend power on those weapons and keep them fully operational. And why do I have it set up like this? A medbay is not really necessary, which you can depower and unpower at will, thankfully. A medbay is not always necessary, but I haven't explained much about this game. And I guess I'll just explain more as time goes on, as I'm not going to bore you with endless details. Here's our star map, and I prefer the approach that gives me the most jump options, so I'll just start off by going here. Now, the random number gods are at work in this place, and okay, that was... damn it, game. The random number gods at work gave me a random event and a cosmic danger, both of which will probably... this run's already gonna be terrible, I know it. Yeah, well, we might as well get to the fight starting. Now, I can pause this game by... I can pause the game by hitting the spacebar, which is necessary because it allows you to stack orders. And in this case, I'm not going to need to stack orders just yet because I'm not going to be utilizing my missiles at all. Because, well, you'll see when we're fighting. Alright? As you can see, in an asteroid field, your shields take a hit. A shield will only take 1 hit per. However, this person has a very specialized shield. This shield will block everything, and missiles are valuable. As you can see, I only have 8. Well, and my faster-than-light drive has to recharge. Better turn on auto-fire, because I can defeat it. Missiles go straight through sheep. You took out my oxygen supply. Yeah, oh wait, what am I doing? Get over here to the door controls. Actually, get over here to systems. I'd like to actually see where all the damage is. And you're not doing it. Well, you'll be doing something. Yeah, this is not going well. I guarantee I'm probably gonna end up dead. Door controls, door controls, door controls. I'm only thankful that this place has no oxygen because the fire can't physically spread. And we've won, but at what cost? Now, you get a certain amount of resources based upon certain factors that I'm unaware of, but most likely difficulty and such. And my oxygen's getting lower. That's just great. Based upon multitudes of factors. In this case, we got more fuel than what we chose to go here with. We got a drone part, which is right here, which is useful only if your ship has drone control. I do not have drone control in the Kestrel, nor can I ever have drone control in the Kestrel, unless certain factors smile upon me, and I got 11 scrap. Unfortunately, my ship is now all the hell. Probably gonna cut out that. Most notably because fire. Where did the fire come from? Where did that fire come from? I don't remember getting. I'm probably one of my infamous short-term memory loss stints where I'll see something for about half a second and I'll forget about it later. This will probably make a lot of people angry. Now, my FTL drive wasn't powering up because my engines were destroyed, and destroying usually means something is no longer functioning properly, but thankfully we seem to have an infinite supply of materials with which to continually repair things with. And the captain isn't at her desk, so she can't plot a new course, and the bridge is also destroyed. I'm not doing a really good job of explaining this, but it's been a while, and I don't really know what to explain. Also, your health doesn't come back unless, like I keep saying, certain factors smile on you. Thankfully, that engagement did do something nice. It gave my weapons crew and shields crew some experience. Now, as you can see, with each level of crew, with each level, percentage chances for certain factors to happen will increase. For example, the more high-ranking in shields the person is for shields, the faster they'll recharge, in this case 10% faster. In other cases, say for weapons, they recharge just simply faster, hence why you want to keep your crew members alive. Unfortunately, in this game, the random number gods dictate that's not always the case. And excuse me, as I don't wish to interrupt in the middle of this. Alright, and let's just jump so I don't waste any more of your time. Well, let's see what this distress beacon is. Something good, something good, something good, something good, something good. And distress. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. The satellite defense system has gone haywire, and their repair crew can't approach without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. I'm going to go against my better judgment. Random number gods, I beseech thee! Yes! Yeah, we're just kind of thieves right now. Let's get out of here before people kind of hate me. Now, with the amount of scrap I've got, I can do a couple of upgrades here. One, I can always have my medbay powered. That's useless. There's no point to doing so. And each upgrade, as you can see to the side, around, well, I can't really move my cursor or else it will go away, but you can see that each upgrade has its associated scrap cost next to it, yet what it does. For people who have played FTL and actually understand this, I generally will ignore blast doors mostly because I've forgotten that they exist until around Sector 2 or 3, until the middle or late Sector 2 or early Sector 3. Mostly because I'll usually find something I'd like to upgrade. Sensors I completely ignore. Even though they allow you to see the enemy interior of their ship, I don't see much point in that unless certain factors come into play, which I will explain later once they appear. The bridge, it allows for auto-evasion when you upgrade it enough. I don't really use that because my person should never leave the bridge in the first place. Medbay is only useful on the engineer ship if you upgrading it at least. Weapon systems just give you more and more power, but I find myself generally in a lack of weapons. O2 supply, your oxygen refills fast enough where this really shouldn't be a problem. If it is, there's something wrong. Shields is a necessity here. You need to upgrade your shields to at least 3 by the final area, or you're just going to be dead in the void, or dead in the water. Dead in the void, probably. And engines, FTL plus the multiplier just means that it recharges that many times faster, and then the dodge chance is, well, your dodge chance for anything that hits you. I've got my crew here: Jill, Telek, Stelly. Weird name. And I can have a maximum of, I think that's 8, yeah. And equipment, I've got nothing much to talk about other than my burst laser, Mark II, and the Artemis. But let's just continue. I'm not doing a really good job of explaining this stuff. Right. The missile shoots across your bow when the jump is complete. Your scans quickly reveal a ship with pirate markings pursuing an unknown vessel. The pirate hails you. Damn it! We weren't expecting company. Stay out of this, and you could profit. And in this case... teleporters. Nope. Yeah, I don't like teleporters. Generally because teleporters are either very mean or just very hilarious to use. That's the special circumstance I was referencing earlier as to what makes ship sensors very useful. As with teleporters, well, they allow you to teleport your crew across, and I can stay here indefinitely. He won't care. I'm not on a timer. Crew teleporters is not really that truly important, to me at least, unless I can afford at least 2 levels of it, and I have some of the other races which we haven't seen just yet, as those races make crew teleporters one of the most powerful weapons in the game. No weapon can compare to it, except a few weapons we have yet to see any types of, so I'll just wait until we meet those weapons, in which case I'll just show them. And this is the Rebel fleet. It's an in-game mechanic. While it's generally a good idea to explore as much of the sector as inhumanly possible, the Rebel fleet has a lot of elite ships. These elite ships are very guaranteed to damage you. In fact, at this low stage, I'd probably die if I faced the Rebel fleet. However, it does not force you to face the final boss early. You can't do that, sadly. I say it like it's actually worth it to face the final boss early. And if you haven't figured out the Rebel fleet is one portion of the rebel fleet's the final boss. Yeah, I've been trying to imply that the entire time. And now I sound like a madman. Hello! Your communicator opens the hail from a nearby ship. Our weapon systems are malfunctioning, and we're too afraid of pirates to travel home unassisted. Can you escort us? And in this case, yeah, I'll accept it. Great! Take this bit of fuel as a down payment. We'll be one step behind you, following your jump signatures. Don't want to take any risks now, do we? And these are just mini side quests which can be very useful. Also, please note ship classes. Slug interceptors. The prefix name, I don't know what to call that exactly, but the prefix name, which I'm just going to refer to it for now, will generally tell you what races there are, should you be interested. So yes, there are slugs, but there's not a huge chance you'll be seeing them. And the relationship, well, that should be kind of obvious. Oh, I was lucky. I'll head this way first, because I can easily go there and pick up whatever it is. A strange vessel approaches. A digital message appears on your view screen. This is an automated merchant. Refill this vessel with fuel, it will supply you with drones. No. I don't have a use for them yet. In fact, I'll probably just use that as self-fodder, if I ever get the chance. I'm not going to risk because it's kind of hard to judge where you can jump, because sure, it looks like you can jump from here to here, but the same case may not be from here to here. I'm not really certain if that's been ironed out with all the kinks or not, because sometimes you can make ridiculous jumps and other times you can't. And shortly after you arrive, the ship you are escorting jumps nearby. They thank you for your help and offer you a reward. 1 missile, 1 drone part, 19 scrap. I'm gonna save it just in case we find what I'm looking for, although I think maybe we've passed up what we're looking for. Because scrap is the most valuable commodity, ergo it can be traded. Wow, I did not expect that. No, that was not audio desync. I don't think I'll have that problem. A ship refueling station is stationed at the space. We can purchase fuel here. Now, knowing the base price of fuel, this is incredibly useful. The base price of fuel is 3 scrap per 1 fuel bit. However, refueling stations just seem to give you a lot better deal. Ugh, you wound me, game. The store right after that. Ooh, slave trader. Hang on, I've been sitting on my hand for a while. Don't know why. At least my hand was in an awkward position, so it kind of hurts. Let's see here. They have drone control weapons. Ugh. Okay, well, I might as well show you what drones are like, because I always attack these. Oh, you recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers you laborers for cheap. And I guess we'll just attack this labor scum. Sorry, my thumb on my left hand is killing me right now for absolutely no reason, so I'm just going to play this with one hand. This is a beam drone. It carries the 3rd weapon type we haven't seen yet. Beam weaponry. Hang on. And the same silly thing apparently happens here that with everything else. I always seem to not be able to fire faster than my enemy. They always seem to fire just a hair faster than me. We surrender! Take one of our slaves as tribute. If you'll destroy us, they'll all die anyway. Unfortunately, now accept. A mantis. He'll be our engineer. It's gonna be hilarious. I was about to start making the old jokes I used to make about how I always seem to have a very specific character with the exact same name, and he's always inside the engine room, but I cannot remember whose name it was. was that kept standing inside my engine room. So we'll just move on. And we'll see what's at the store. If not, we'll just purchase... well, I'll show you what I can purchase. A ship engineer has set up a small shop. Ooh, and here we go. Let's explain all this stuff. Drone control. Powers the ship's drones. Purchase comes with one free drone schematic. You need schematics to be able to utilize drones. Cloaking device. Renders you invisible, making you unable to be locked on with your weapons, meaning the opponent ships will not be able to charge their weapons. And adds 60% to your evasion of weapons currently in flight. Which is kind of weird in my opinion. Shouldn't be able to do that. FTL jammer. Scrambles the enemy ship's FTL computers, doubling the time it takes them to jump. Absolutely useless. Except in very, very specific situations. Drone recovery arm. Non-destroyed drones will be retrieved when jumping, allowing their parts to be reused. Unfortunately, this ship, as you can see, I have no drones, and I don't even have money to purchase it. And then missiles, drones, and fuel. This is the price of fuel that will continue to haunt me for the rest of the game. However, I'm going to fix hull because it's kind of hard to come by events that will freely repair my hull. And let's get out of here before the rebels decide that my ship is a lot more of a tasty target than all of these systems. And here's how things go. Fudge. Alright. I think I'm gonna go with the lower one, because I don't feel like encountering a lot of things that I despise. These gases that make up these nebulas in the sector threaten to impair your systems, but you have to press on. The worst that they'll do is take down your sensors and a random event that I hope that we never have to see. Now, the Rebel fleet has their jumps reduced by half in this region. They no longer hold any sway in this region. They will repeatedly make very small jumps, and oh gosh. Well, thankfully, I've got a Mantis. Oh, I forgot, every single one of these... Every single one of these, races each have different abilities. I did not display this before, but a Mantis, it has half the repair speed of the base race, humans. However, it does 1.5 times the combat damage. And while doing 1.5 times the combat damage, it also has a move speed increase of 1.2, I think. I memorized these values, right? Now, because crew is extremely valuable, I'm just going to hide my crew in here. Depower the Artemis and power up this because I completely forgot to. Oh, you jerk. Yeah, well, we'll live. Oh, you real jerk. You destroyed that portion of my hull. Oh yes, another portion of the game that is slightly annoying. And I'll give you some repair work, so you actually might be able to be useful in repairing. As you can see, the yellow progress bar is their repairs, and it takes a long time for a Mantis to repair, but in the meantime, I think I could show you some of their, yeah, here it is. Double damage in combat, half repair speed, and 1.2 move speed. So I was wrong about damage, but yeah. Launty Mantis. The Mantis' disregard for individual lives led to their evolution as a vicious warrior race. Humans are common and uninteresting. Now, with every action they do, they gain experience within that said action. But unfortunately, we're probably not going to have a lot of combat. I mean, ship-to-ship combat. Now, what would be smart is if I bought blast doors, but I don't have the scrap that I'd be willing to use as of yet. Ah, jeez. I'm gonna need to find something to talk about this entire time. Your crew are constantly looking at the windows, checking for hostiles. They jump at every creak and moan of the ship. The tension is almost palpable. nothing happens. And, excuse me for a moment, as I'll be right back, although you'll probably not even see this. Okay, I'm back. And I do apologize for not explaining things well. I'm having a hard time doing that, partially because I'm still inexperienced as a Let's Player. But for those of you who have made it this far, I hope that you found this enjoyable thus far, but we're going to continue on. So, sit down in that seat right there, get whatever you need to eat, pause the video, do whatever you must. But, we're gonna continue on. That made no sense right there. And I don't know why I've suddenly turned into a stereotypical Southern accented American. A black market weapons trader spins you a tale of dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. A hull laser and an ion beam. I think I'm going to be a little bit of a jerk because I need to push this. I need to push what little advantages I've got. Attack the ship. Darn it, no. Okay. Artemis, you just stop attacking. There's no need for you. Once you get the ship's weapons down, I just tend to chain my weapons to repeatedly damaging the ship's internal systems, just so they cannot fire on me. And that whole laser is essentially worthless as long as I have one shield up. And now for another swing, because this is just going to take a while. Now the ship won't jump away, it will always tell you when the ship's gonna jump away, so... Or when the random number gods dictate that they're about to retreat. However, I think there's like a little bit of a timer that runs in the background should the ship fall below a certain level, and let's see what we got here. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. 3 fuel, 1 drone pot, 25 scrap. My real-life friends always said I had a great narrator voice, so I'm just going to narrate almost everything I do. And if that annoys you, well, too bad. A pirate ship arrives shortly after you. Judging from the fact that it's attempting to avoid your ship, you assume that it's a smuggler trying to stay away from beacons. We might as well. You power up your weapons and move in to engage. Good choice. No teleporters. Bad. Oh no. There's burst lasers everywhere. And it's gonna fire off all of its shots. Well, thankfully we fired off ours before we got a chance to. Ooh. This early in the game, combats are essentially over once the enemy's weapons are down. Oh, unless that happens. Well, I wasn't powering up the Artemis. Right. There's 2 methods to stop this. Hitting the engines of the enemy ship will simply stop them from charging up their FTL, while hitting the bridge, if we didn't instantly destroy it, while the ship, if you destroy the bridge of the ship, they can't jump to faster than light. However, their engines will continue to charge up the FTL drive. However, if you kill the engines, it'll stop charging up the FTL drive, but they can still jump away whenever it's necessary. Killing either of those will put down their evade chance to 0, because they have an evade chance as well. And, well, bad news, everyone. The ship appears to have been transporting prisoners. Unfortunately, they were all killed in battle. You salvage what you can. Fuel 3. Drone parts 1. Scrap 12. And we soldier on. I swear, I think I'm developing a bruise in my left hand. And if you listened at all to the previous one, you'll know exactly what this one is. Let's just skip to the attack, shall we? Please tell me that's not a fire beam. It doesn't look like a fire beam, it looks like a regular beam, but hopefully they're smart and the beam fires first. Okay, thankfully we managed to take it down. As long as the beam is down, I'm not afraid. They can bring their hull laser back up as much as they can. Well then, burst laser. Hit him again! Please. Yeah, you know what? Fire the Artemis, because I don't want to deal with this. They hail you. We realize our ship is no match for yours. If you let us go, we can make it worth your while. And unfortunately, they make a very convincing argument. I think I'll accept. As, well, to fuel, a lot of missiles, a fair amount of scrap, but an augment as well. Also, another terrible thing. One bad thing about this game is how when you cancel combat with the enemy ship, your shots just magically miss. They'll auto-miss. The enemy ship, however, will magically hit you with their shots if you win. And they surrender. Their shots will still hit you. Explains logic to me, game. I think I've got a little bit of time. Let's hop between some sectors. Your ship is flooded with advertisement messages from nearby merchants. As soon as you arrive at this beacon, you arbitrarily pick one to examine in detail. And you chose poorly. Trade 2 fuel for 4 missiles, or ignore. While value in scrap seems great, the true value doesn't. So I'm gonna have to ignore you. Was not hoping to see a store. You know what, let's just go down here, and we're gonna skip. Oh god, no. Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh. A rock-armored transport nearby looks to have lost its bearings, but when you hail, they grow suspicious. Whatever life form you are, we find you repugnant. We seek no aid. Leave. Now. And you know what? I'm gonna take that insult on the chin, and I'm just gonna go. Oh. Here's what caused my power to suddenly drop to apparently negative. This section of the nebula is experiencing a plasma storm. Your main reactor can only function at half capacity due to magical trollish logic. Yeah, so I had to ditch a lot of things. Now, in an effort to make things right, when I pop into the next sector, I'm just gonna move on. And... well, whoa. You feel naked without functioning sensors. You half expect a rebel ship to appear from behind a cloud at any moment, but none come. And we shall continue. I only did that because power tends not to be redistributed, and I'd like to arrive with a shield just in case for some odd reason, the enemy has a weapon pre-igniter, which is one of the most valuable augments in the game. It makes your weapons fully charged and locked on to the enemy's systems before they arrive in the subsector. I'm not sure if the enemies can have this or not, but better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. A heavily damaged... Okay, let's try that again. A heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon. Before you have time to make contact with them, they fade into the nebula. Attempt to follow and help them. Your search is hopeless. Your sensors can't pick up anything in the nebula. We'll just continue and get out of here. Very, very disappointing. I've just wasted a whole lot of fuel on pointless ventures. You arrive at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. An unidentified ship is badly damaged and is still being assaulted by a space pirate. The victim begins a distress message until the pirate cuts in and offers to split the bounty if you sit tight. Now, I could accept the bribe. 1 missile, 1 fuel, 13 scrap. No, I think your lives are worth a lot more than that. Hero time! Why didn't I pay attention to the subsystems? That could have been bad, but it did not have what I was fearing. Now, this burst laser I've never seen, but I think it'll cut straight through my shield. The way beam lasers... the way beam lasers work is that, depending on the amount of damage that they produce, they can cut straight through your shield. Thankfully, this thing only can do 1 damage, so it cannot cut straight through my shield because it feels like it. Right, the Optimus I'm just going to depower, because I don't see much point in auto-firing that now that it loses its energy shield. The reason that energy shield doesn't turn back on is due to some in-game balancing reasons, or otherwise, it just will not turn back on. You've proved a sufficient match for the pirates. They're powering up their FTL and trying to get away. Oh, we can't have that now, can we? No, I don't think so. Bye-bye! Well, that's disappointing. Never mind. You were too late. The hull breach deprived the crew of oxygen during your fight with pirates. You salvaged what you can. Scrap 25. Well, I thought that wasn't going to be worth it. However, it most definitely is. And because it's kind of obligatory in this game that you have to have more shields than you know what to do with, I'm going to immediately hot purchase some more shields, because that will probably save my life. And you get a visible aura around your ship. The stronger the shields, the more shield-y that they appear like. Yeah, I can't really describe that. Now then, we can either go to a Mantis-controlled sector. Let's just see how the odds are of me actually going there. Or we can go to a civilian sector, which I'm just going to go straight to the civilian sector, because Mantis-controlled sectors are teleporters, and teleporters are not nice. Game, why do you give me a store? Your scans reveal a mining base on a nearby planet long since abandoned. No life signs detected. Well, you could check out the mining base and maybe find a few more scrap. I guess you aren't that smart, however, Captain Jill. Why am I because they kind of are kind of hurt. Alright, not that bout of stupidity's over with. Everyone's fully healed and no one's leveled up yet. You're kidding me, right? Maximum 2 stores per map and unknown amount of distresses maximum per map. You follow the distress beacon to a small asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. They message you, "Help! Our shields are down, and I don't know how much longer we can last." Try to shield their ship with yours and escort them out of the field, or we can don't risk our ship and just leave them to their fate. Unfortunately, I'm not evil. I'm kind of a good soul, and some of the rewards can be okay. But unfortunately, our captain is an idiot, and can always seem to get hurt by the asteroid field, even though we have 2 shields. You succeed in preventing them from being entirely destroyed, but your ship took a number of hits in the progress. They offer some of their scrap and fuel that they were mining out of that asteroid as thanks. Okay, that was kind of worth it. Normally it's not worthwhile in my opinion, but I like to do it anyway. I'm gonna just leave the hull damage because sometimes it's useful. Yes, blast doors. Now thankfully I don't have to pay for extra power in the subsystem. A better explanation of blast doors. First level of doors allow you to just auto-control doors open and closed. Second level makes it so they're resistant to being walked on through. If you paid attention during the previous invasions of my ship, you'll notice that my doors just opened up for them. Blast doors do not allow that to happen. And if fires appear, they cannot easily spread through blast doors. Unfortunately, spontaneous combustion is still a very, very present threat. Once you arrive, your screen lights up with warnings. A nearby pirate seems to have advanced hacking tools, and they've tried to shut down our engines. Your crew managed to keep them barely operational and to attack. Well then, here's the first instance of enemies having, well, a distinct advantage over us. Gotta be stingy with my missiles. Oh, you're kidding. I think this thing... No, this thing can't actually break... It's a pipe beam. They have a pipe beam. Pipe beams are my favorite weapon. They do only 1 damage, so they can't pierce shields. However, they can hit you across your entire ship. I think that's a pipe beam, at least. There's a multitude of weapons, but we haven't really seen many weapons. Oh, I forgot this is down. Right. I'll just happily ignore that for now in an effort just to keep their shields down long enough for my burst laser to actually do its job. Here's where I actually have to be strategic about what I do. How disappointing. Well, I win either way. I'm not going to waste a missile, though. Missiles are more valuable than fuel, because fuel you can easily get. Missiles seem ridiculously difficult to acquire. Plus, they're more expensive. When the pirate ship destroyed... I'm speaking in some eldritch tongue, you all by now, at least. With the pirate ship destroyed, your engines come online again. You salvage what you can from the debris. 3 fuel, 15 scrap. Well, I'm just going to power down the med bay and put my engines on. I might as well just sprint through this because I'm not going to have much time to surround you now. An especially well-armed pirate ship approaches you. Hand over one of your crew members, and the rest of you can go free, unharmed. Now, option 1, draw straws and send a crew member over to the slavers. Option 2, we will never surrender one of our crew to slavers. And unfortunately, even though they have this, we select option 2. And they can appear anywhere on my ship. That's the glorious thing. They can go anywhere. Oh, bombing. It acts like missiles. It consumes one missile, but it can teleport an explosive past your shields and hit you directly. However, it's got a higher chance of missing, in my opinion. And unfortunately, because it just so happens to be a slaver ship with teleporters, no mercy. All out. Alright. Open these up immediately. Let's try to suffocate them out. Alright, Mantis go. And we'll close these so we don't lose our oxygen. Unfortunately, our weapons person is to go easy. Alright, good. It's dangerous to leave people with this low health, but I think I can suffice should not miss. I hope. Alright, it's trying to get away. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to end these shenanigans. We'll accept your offer, because one more crew member is always the same. Declan! Where will I put you? Now, the four systems you see here, piloting, shields, weapons, and engines, are the only manable systems. So it's at this point I actually have an extra crew member. So in this case, I'm going to pop my crew members over for a brief moment, and just have them get healed. My tongue's telling me a lot of things right now. I need to keep taking drinks of water. Well, Declan, you're gonna take over. You'll take over for Stelly. Actually, no, we'll just sit in the O2 supply just in case. You'll be our, you'll be anti-boarding party man. And we shall go here. We're gonna take a little semi-quote. Upon completion of your job, you receive a message from any of our ship. Greetings, and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we will let you continue on your way. Pay their toll. Scrap. Well, you see the scrap. Or we can reject their offer, which... Not gonna take this from you. Too bad. You'll regret this decision. Unfortunately for you, I don't think I will. Burst Laser. I don't care what you do to take out their oxygen, because this ship is incredibly easy to deal with. If you do it correctly. Oh, no. Okay, thank goodness. Burst Laser, hit their weapons, please. I'm sorry, but this... I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of what I'm doing either. I need a new beam weapon because I'm now going to be extremely stingy with missiles and only using it in situations where I absolutely must. Because in this case, it's going to be impossible to do anything until their shields are lowered. There we go, there we go. Alright. Enough damage has been... Okay, that's annoying. They had a... While you know shields work in pairs, you can still purchase a half a shield, and that will take the damage away. And it looks like both of them are repairing their shield. No, one was repairing their weapons. Burst Laser, please. Do I risk it? Because my missiles can miss. Well, at least their shields were slightly down for a brief moment. Stelly, finish up your training. We need those faster shoots. Yes, we need faster shoots. More shoots for everyone. Shoots for the shoot god. Alright. Unfortunately, this is going to be an incredibly dull combat, but I'm not great at editing. If you watch any of my previous videos, you'll see why I'm not great at editing. Well, you won't see why I'm not great at editing, you'll see that I didn't edit at all, except by putting the videos together, because I was an idiot back then, and I still am an idiot, and I'm proud of being an idiot. Proud of being an American idiot. Well, I'm sorry, ship, but that kind of crossed the line there, buddy. Now I just took out their oxygen, and if they don't repair it, well, they're gonna die by a suffocation. And I don't feel too terribly inclined. Oh, they can't even reach their oxygen. Oh, wow. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. 7 missiles? I think you just bought your way to life, sir. Okay, I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna check this. Do they die? Do they die? This is my question, because their ship doesn't have a method of reaching their O2 supply, and I hit it face first with a missile. Do they run out of oxygen, and do they die? I'm going to pause the recording for right now. I'm going to let this sit for a minute while I do something else. And I'll come back in about 2 minutes or so and see if they died, which is about the time it takes for the oxygen to simply vanish from your ship. So excuse me for a moment. Well then, it doesn't seem like it gives me any message of them suffocating to death, but let's just assume that they did, but my captain's an idiot and will not actually take the scrap. And let's just get going. Now I've decided, because looking at the amount of time this has taken... Oh wait. You immediately notice a rebel ship chasing what appears to be a civilian transport. However, you are detecting chatter on an encrypted Federation channel. That transport is carrying Federation loyalists! Now, we can use this chance to escape, or we can aid the Federation stop a ship. I think I'll aid the ship. However, a bit of explanation. At the end of this place, because this video is going to be encroaching on well over an hour, probably, I'm going to end the video after we escape this sector. But, until that point, let's try to have some fun, shall we? Power up my weapons. Engage. Engage! I think that... I don't know what beam that is. I'm not sure if that's a fire beam or not. I'm just thankful I haven't been hit by it. I'm also thankful I have 2 shields, because there's a very good chance that I'll just miss. He says there's a very good chance that I'll miss. Well, let's just hope I can tear down the ship faster. Alright, let's just... Alright. It's only got 1 shield, thankfully. But just to make sure that you don't escape. Ooh, that ding sound and the golden sign that appeared over Stelli's head. He leveled up. Weapons now charge 14% faster, meaning I can put out more shots per second. Meaning the enemy has even less time to repair. No. Bridge of enemy ship, stay dead. Oh, and you also get a little bit of a star icon that they've succeeded in leveling up. Discovering better strategies 101. With the ship destroyed, you quickly collect useful resources. 3 fuel, 1 missile, 31 scrap. Contact the Federation ship. Thank you for saving up. Thank you for saving us. This ship is transporting Federation civilians on the run from the rebellion, and we don't have the equipment to fight for ourselves. I don't have much to offer, but I can inform you of a hidden Federation base nearby. Perhaps they can assist you more. Added a quest marker to your map. Continue. Okay then, I think we can take a detour. You find the planet at the indicated coordinates. Your initial scans show the planet to be barren and devoid of life, but you get a prompt reply when you broadcast on Federation frequency. Hello, so nice to see friends. We'll bring you up some supplies. Hey down there! Supplies! Anyway, 34 scrap, defense drone Mark II, and we'll just continue. No, unfortunately, I can't use that drone, but we'll soldier on. You arrive at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. I am so surprised. I have not seen a scout this entire run. I almost forgot that they existed. I thought these things were the most annoying ones. And it looks like it's the least armed in existence. Oh well, intervene! Detecting a higher threat, the automated ship moves in to engage yours. I didn't even realize it had another burst laser. It was hidden underneath the ship, and oh my gosh, are you kidding? Well, that's a nice pew-pew gun, but I don't think it'll escape. The automated ship, I'm not sure whether or not... I think all automated ships will repair themselves. They have no oxygen systems on it. I learned that the hard way. Let's just say, teleporters and me and automated ships don't mix. Ship breaks apart, and you quickly salvage what you can. 2 fuel, 2 missiles, 14 scrap. The outpost hails after the scout was destroyed. Thanks for the help. We've been harassed non-stop by those scouts. Take this. On the house. 1 fuel, 1 missile, 30 scrap. And with that... well, our next sector is a rocket-controlled one. But unfortunately, I think I am out of time for today. And so, I bid you all adieu. See you next time on BrainBoy Plays FTL.